Hello and welcome. My name is Andrew Malcheski, and this is the first video in I Learn Blender video series. Um, the video that you're seeing now is of me trying to make Link's house from A Link to the Past in Blender, and I started this project. This is the third thing I tried to make. I've been using Blender for about 22 days now. And my understanding of the program is really basic. I wanted to record these and talk about them because as a beginner I am watching a lot of videos of other people doing the same thing. They've been really helpful, and if I can add to that, then I think it might help new people as well. My first impression of Blender is that there's a lot. Before using Blender, the only 3D software that I'd ever really used was SketchUp by Google, the free version. Other than that, Photoshop, a little bit of Illustrator, but that's about the extent of my computer knowledge base. I am a visual artist, sculptor, so I have a good understanding of how things work in 3D and kind of how things work in the physical world, but making the transition to digital has been a real learning experience. One of the reasons why I want to learn Blender is so that I can have a better understanding of kind of how to translate flat surfaces digitally to the real world using unwrapping as a simple way to get templates for complex sculptural forms made out of fabricated steel. If I can design them first in a program like Blender, then unwrap them, I'll have a template that I can use to cut my steel and mold it back together into a three-dimensional image. I'm also interested in it for other digital applications. And so it's a learning process. Besides learning Blender, I'm also learning how to use Adobe's video software to put these videos together. I'm learning how to upload things to YouTube. I'm learning how to adjust my hardware because a lot of it's new to me. So I'm learning to do a lot of different things all at once. So thank you for joining me on this exciting journey. I'm hoping to upload videos every couple of weeks that go over my progress, I guess, as I learn how to do these things and talk about what I learned and what I'm doing and how I'm learning to do it. If you watch the video for a little bit, you'll notice that I probably make a ton of mistakes or doing things that if you've used the program, you're like, why doesn't he just click this button? And the reason why I don't do it is because I don't know about those buttons. I think 2 days ago I was watching a YouTube video and I learned that you can merge vertices. There's a button to click and you can merge vertices. So that was an aha moment where it's like, wait, I can do what? A couple days I learned about the bool tool. So here you can see me messing around with squares and trying to figure out how to use the bool tool. I described Blender as if someone took Photoshop, Illustrator, Painter, and put them all into a single program. And you're trying to learn how to use all three of those programs at once with Blender, because there's so many different things that you can do. There's so many add-ons and so much information and ways to do things that it can be incredibly overwhelming and also incredibly frustrating when you try to do something and it doesn't work and you don't know why it doesn't work, and you try something else and that doesn't work. Here I was trying to add a bevel to the inside of this arch and I couldn't figure out how to do it. And I know there's like I press a couple hotkeys and it would work, but I don't know how to do it, so I started over, which happens a lot. So why am I making scenes like this? Making these scenes to learn. It's really the bottom line. Is I want to better understand the program and learn what each of the individual things do, so that I can then duplicate them for my own things. I'm not really interested in learning how to make or following a tutorial along with someone if they aren't explaining exactly what they're doing and why. 2 tutorials that I kind of followed before this to gain a basic understanding, and I'll post links to those down in the doodly-doo below. And they've been really helpful. In fact, once I got to a point at the end of this video, I kind of realized I still don't know enough about the program to really do what I want or to make it do what I want. And so I put this project on pause and went back and restarted the donut tutorial by the Blender Guru. So for this project, I decided to do Link's House because it was a 2D reference that I could pull from and try to recreate it in 3D. And I thought it'd be a good challenge to try to learn how to do like UV painting and put textures on things that weren't just solid flat colors and things that weren't necessarily low poly. And so that was my goal with this. Like I said, I got to a point where I was trying to put grass into the field, and once I got to that point, I realized that I didn't understand the program enough to implement my idea in a way that I thought looked good. I know that there's a way to do it that looks really well. I know that there's a way to execute my ideas on the program. I just don't know what they are yet. And so, like I said, I put this project on hold, and I've gone to just following along tutorials, actually paying attention to what they're doing, try to add different skill sets into my lexicon so that I can execute my ideas the way I want without being limited to what I see someone do in a tutorial, which is ultimately the goal, is to have enough understanding of the program that if I have an idea, I can execute the idea to the best of my ability. And the only limitation is my limitations, or limitations of the program and not my limitations. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to keep on producing these videos and making things in Blender and kind of documenting my journey from the beginning to the end. I wish I had started this when I first opened the program on day 1, but like I said, I'm learning how to do all the things, and this is will hopefully help me to figure out how to do all the things. One of the things I learned doing this actually is I did all this texture stuff with the UV. I didn't apply any of them, and I saved it, and I came back, they were all gone. And I was like, oh, there's a bunch of wasted time. Like I imported this grass as a reference, image as a reference. It doesn't show up in the render because it's a reference. So things like that, like, you know, and I learn and move forward and try something new and realize that what I'm doing doesn't work, and then try something else. So yeah, I'll leave that here, and thank you guys for watching if you made it this far or just checking out the video, and I'll see you in the next one.